This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
We talk with some of the winners after a busy election night in our area. Why, hello there, everyone. I'm Ken Kara, coming to you on the mobile device of your choice with the Samsung Productions app or on TV in HD on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513. Here's our headlines now from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. SSPTV was proud to bring you election results in a fast and accurate manner. Our state-of-the-art tabulation system allowed us to provide the local results as quickly as they were tallied, and the experienced team of Sam Lassant, Mike DeCosmo, Rick Morelli, Charles McElwee, and State Representative Tara Toohill brought you an accurate analysis of the results. And now for the unofficial results. Hazleton City Council was one of the most heated races, with 3 seats up for grabs. In the end, 2 political newcomers and a former council member were the victors. 29-year-old Allison Barletta was the top vote getter in her first ever political race. She was followed by volunteer firefighter Tony Colombo. The 3rd seat went to Jim Perry, who had served back in 2009.
I was honored. I was humbled by everyone that came out and voted for me. I truly appreciate it.
So what's the next step now that you're going to be a member of council? What are your plans right off the bat?
Well, first we're going to sit down as a team, and then I'm going to visit each department. I want to see exactly how they're run, how they're operated, see what improvements we need, and then I could sit down and that will help me pass the most accurate budget.
What are your biggest concerns for this city, and how do you plan to attack them?
Well, we are in Act 47 right now, so we're going to sit down as a team. We're going to see exactly what plan the state recommends for us, and we're going to take it from there.
The biggest problem right now is we know we're in Act 47. We need to do something that we can either get out of it or rectify the problem. And the first thing that's going to do is the all council and the mayor need to work as one. There's no I in team. The bickering's gone. We're going to be a team. We're going to move the city forward, and we're going to stop the nonsense.
Do you think you have a team that you can all work together?
Yes, I think that the council, that what's left there, Ms. Mope and, of course, Mr. Gavio and the 3 new elected councilmen, I think that along with the mayor, we'll be able to do something and make the city great, the city that it was when I was a kid, and continue to move forward.
I saw our city crumbling before my eyes. When I was on 2013 was the last time we had a surplus, and from that point on we're $1.5 million maybe in the hole. I mean, it was just horrible, and I thought I got to come back. I live here, I care about my city, and I think that's why Tony did and Allison. And even Johnny Keegan, we all cared so much about our city, and I think the people said, hey, we want you to take charge. And so I'm happy to work with them. I think it'll be, it'll be something we can all work together with the mayor and work on things that have to be done and not politics.
The trio will join incumbents Gene Mope and Robert Gavio. John Keegan, along with longtime incumbents Jack Mundy and Dr. David Sosar, fell short in their tallies. Another local race in the spotlight was for Hazleton Area School Board. 5 candidates were vying for 4 seats. Political newcomers Linda DeCosmo, a recently retired district school teacher, and Ed Shemansky, a retired district employee, captured 2 of the seats along with incumbent Bob Mahalik. The battle for the final seat was between newcomer Alex Van Hoeklen and former school director Dr. Robert Childs. In the end, it was Van Hoeklen. We caught up with DeCosmo and Shemansky last night.
I've been retired for 2 years, and I wanted to get back here in the district to try to get the district to where I want to see it go. So I'm really excited about being on the board and working with the other board members in trying to move this district into a positive light.
What was your take on what recently happened with the school board when they suspended the rules, went away from the hiring policy, and kind of hired some new positions?
I was very upset when I heard that. I thought it was something that should not have been done. I think it's something that should have been waited for the new board to get on and to discuss and decide. I think it took the districts, the teachers' morale down to a low. And I think it's going to take a lot of work to get the teachers up, because if the teachers don't have a positive attitude, it reflects on the kids, and I want to see that all change.
What are some of the goals that you have as a member of the Hazleton Area School Board?
My goals, the areas that I'd like to look into is our vocational school, our career center, growing that. looking into the overcrowding problem, seeing if we could help that out without increasing the taxes. We are short some classrooms, for our students, and working with the other board members to move the district forward.
Now, you have experience working for the school district for many years, so do you think that gives you an advantage?
I think it does. I think it would be a big help along with Linda, who's also worked there. I think that is a big advantage. We've seen what happened. We have some great ideas that we'd like to move forward, and I think that's an asset to ourselves and to the school district.
Now, all results must be certified before being finalized. In the borough of McAdoo, a familiar face is back in the mayor's seat. Dane Watrow, who had not planned to run again, was on the ballot thanks to write-in votes in the primary.
I went to work that day like any normal guy, and what happened was I come home and I'm getting phone calls saying that looks like I won a write-in campaign, which I did not propose or put out there or anything. So after understanding that I won, me and my family sat down, my daughter, my wife, and we all sat there and we spoke about it. And Angela said, "Look at Dane, the people want you back in, or at least a good amount of them anyway." So I decided at that point, after discussion with my family, that this is something that I feel I need to do, and I went ahead and campaigned for mayor of McAdoo.
Watrow defeated Democratic Council member Robert Wills. Watrow tells us that he is ready to get to work to serve the citizens of the borough. The borough of Freeland has a new mayor. John Buda was the top vote getter in a three-way race. Buda, a Republican, defeated Democratic challenger Shane Balliet and independent candidate Michael Malloy. Current mayor Ed Appleman was top vote getter to earn a seat on borough council. Other council winners include newcomer Joseph Mermello, incumbent Daniel Bobby, and William DeFrancisco Jr. Hazel Township has a new supervisor. Longtime supervisor Bill Gallagher chose not to seek re-election. Dennis Dudak stepped up and ran unopposed.
Well, I'm on the board of the Municipal Authority Board for 9 years, and my dad was a supervisor 20 years ago, and they've always approached me and asked me, do I want to do it? And I finally said yes after 20 years.
What do you think are important issues facing the Hazel Township supervisors right now?
Well, one of them is police, and second is I want to keep the township in the condition it is, but better it, and move forward and work with the team.
How excited are you to follow in your dad's footsteps then, since he was a supervisor?
Very, very excited.
Dudek will join current supervisors Jim Montone and Butch Bayarski. That was our John Eric Polai and Lisa Sugar getting all those interviews. Thank you for all of that. Well, it was a nail-biter in East Union Township. According to unofficial returns, it appears that Republican Robert Gabardi edged out incumbent Township Supervisor John DeTerry by 1 vote, and Republican Vicki Bevins defeated Democrat Mary Stitzer for tax collector. Meanwhile, on the county level, according to unofficial returns, it appears 2 incumbents and 3 newcomers won seats on Luzerne County Council. Incumbents Linda McCloskey-Holk and Harry Haas were joined by Sheila Sadman, Matthew Vo, and Chris Perry. And finally, in Schuylkill County, District Attorney Christine Holman was unseated by attorney Michael Opake. Opake had served 22 years as an assistant district attorney before resigning when Holman took office. And you can see all of our unofficial results, by the way, from last night on our free Samsung Productions app. Just click on Elections. And a reminder that our SSPTV programming is available tonight and every Wednesday from 6:30 until 8 p.m. on our high-definition channel 513. You can also catch a rebroadcast of SSPTV News tonight at 8 p.m. on both channels, Channel 13 and HD 513. Up next, we check in with the Greater Hazleton YWCA to see what's going on, and I have our local forecast. In sports, Dave Seaman and I talk Notre Dame football, Hazleton area football, plus Marion cross country and girls volleyball.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
So who out there watching makes a doctor's appointment and then maybe the day before, the day of, you're like, I don't feel like going, and you cancel it? I'm horrible at that. Sorry to my dentist and to my chiropractor, but I do that. And I know some people watching can relate to this. And we're back here at Sacco Chiropractic to talk about ways to keep you consistent and keeping your appointment.
So one thing that we're going to talk about is kind of a little awkward. A lot of patients don't really like to talk about it, is that time of the month.
Yeah.
So your menstrual cycle. A lot of our patients cancel. They say, I don't really feel good. I feel bloated. I don't want to come in. Chiropractic has a huge benefit to helping the cramps, helping the bloating, helping everything that's going on in that time of the month. So there's actually a ligament that attaches to your uterus that connects to your sacrum, which is the lowest part of your back. When you get adjusted, and we specifically use a drop table on somebody, and it's very gentle adjustments to try to move that sacrum, and it'll actually loosen up that ligament, and it could actually make that time of the month go a lot smoother.
Well, that makes a lot of sense because a majority of women will say, "Oh, I have severe back pain," and if everything, like you said, is connected, as everything is affected by the spine, that would make sense. So if you do have an appointment, or maybe if you don't have an appointment, you want to make one for that time so that you can get adjusted.
We have patients that schedule their once-a-month wellness visits right around that time of the month. They know that's the week, that's the day, that's when it hits, and they'll come in here and we timed it perfect, and it helps them get through. And a lot of our patients don't realize that, and when they finally do figure that out, they wish they've known it for that long.
Very good. Skip the Tylenol and come here to the chiropractor. Thank you to Dr. Scott Sacco. We're here each and every week on SSPTV News.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Let's look at more snow that fell yesterday. The trees really did look beautiful around the area. Well, here's our local weather forecast from the National Weather Service tonight. Mostly clear skies. It will be cold with a low of 30 degrees. On Thursday, we have a 20% chance of showers after 1 p.m., but it will be partly sunny with a high near 43 degrees. At night, a slight chance of rain showers mixing with snow after 10 p.m., then gradually ending. Partly cloudy, low of 24 degrees, 20% chance of precipitation. Friday, mostly sunny, high of 31. At night, mostly clear, low of 15 degrees. Veterans Day will be mostly sunny with a high of 36. At night, mostly cloudy, low of 24. Sunday, we have a 30% chance of snow before 10 a.m., then a chance of rain and snow, mostly cloudy, high of 41. At night, 50% chance of rain and snow showers, mostly cloudy, low of 32 degrees.
Hi, I'm Joanne from the Hazleton YWCA. I am the membership director, and I wanted to tell you about an end of the year membership promotion that we will be doing here at the Y for various membership categories that we have. So from now until December 31st, there is no join fee when you sign up for a membership. So what that means to you is a savings of possibly $50. A family membership is $57 a month for 2 individuals and kids in the family. An adult membership is $45 a month. And we also have teen and youth memberships. When you get a membership here at the Y, you have access to 2 swimming pools, a wellness area that has cardio equipment and Cybex equipment, and over 20 group exercise classes. When you sign up for a membership, we'd like you to come down to the Y, fill out an application. Your membership starts the day that you fill out the application. And we would love to give you a tour of the facility and see what you can get for your membership.
All right, the green screen. Pick 2, 6-8, pick 3, 143, pick 4, 3989, and pick 5, 22974. The wild number is 8. Those are your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. It's Dave Day, and it's a busy one when we come back with sports on SSP TV News.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
Dave Seaman is here, Standard Speaker sports editor for another Dave Day. Dave, I was at Marion Catholic High School this morning. They were doing a National Honor Society induction for the juniors. One of the seniors already in the National Honor Society is Tina Caparel, and they honored her before Mass and before the induction because she won the State Girls Single A Cross Country Championship. Dave, she said it was the smartest race she's ever run in her career, and quite a great career she had. We'll talk more about that when we do a feature story with her tomorrow here on SSP TV News. But when I was telling some reporters I was going to cover Tina today, all they kept saying, Dave, is, wow, you know, what a nice girl, what a nice woman, and that's something we truly enjoy covering a lot of these athletes, because they aren't just great athletes, they're great people.
Yeah, you see Tina Caparel too. She's been running the local circuit for a long time.
She's been competing in races like the Run for the Cannoli. Alberto would be happy that I mentioned the Run for the Cannoli. But she's been outstanding. It's from the junior high level at Holy Family Academy. She was very, very good there. And then she moved on to Marion High School, and all she's done is just compete and get better and better every year. And you got to like that from a high school athlete who improves each year. Her level at the state race got better and better every year. And I was talking to Bob Lipsky, one of my colleagues at the Pottsville Republican, who covers cross country and does an outstanding job for that paper covering cross country. We talked about her chances of winning, and he said that she would be in the thick of things. And he knew she had to compete against that girl from Warrior Run, the freshman, but Tina stayed with her throughout the first 2 miles, and then the last mile, Tina caught her. And once you get in the first place in a cross country meet, and you see the finish line, all that hard work. It's right in front of you there at the finish line, and she was able to bring it home.
A lot of good things going on at Marion Catholic sports-wise. Usually very good sports school, Dave, but the Marion girls volleyball team, they win in the first round of the state single A playoffs against Canton. Now they will move on to the second round into the quarterfinals. And Dave, they were pushed by some really good teams in our region, in the Schuylkill League, even Nativity, Panther Valley, Blue Mountain. So they were tested before the state playoffs. Now they get in there. I think they should be all right.
Yeah, and they play a tough non-league schedule too, which helps them when they get into those close matches. And some of their mainstays, Jasmine Mooney, most especially Gianna Augusti, they have been through the wars, so to speak, before. Marion is used to the competition at this level.
Dave, I covered their district championship game against Nativity. They had their back against the wall. I was very impressed with how they came back. And a lot of these girls on the team, they've been there. They've been state runners up a few times, so they know what it takes to get there. Now they just want to get that gold. Hazleton Area High School football. I ran into Steve Stallone, who covers the Cougars for the Standard Speaker, on election night, and I said, Steve, how good has Adrian Otero been on defense this year? And he just smiled and kind of shook his head, and he said some college is going to be very lucky when they get Adrian Otero. He blocked the point after attempt that sent the Cougars to the championship game in the Districts 2/4 sub-regional playoffs. 6A playoffs. That will be this Friday night against Delaware Valley. And it just shows how far this program has come. I know we talked about it in the past, though, too.
Yeah, we talked about like Adrian Otero. We kind of dwell on offense, as that's what we are as sports fans. We're all focused on the numbers and everything. And I think he sacrificed a bit of that this year to really excel on defense. I mean, he's really been the linchpin in that defense. The Cougars are playing well defensively, and we said all year that they've had the skilled people on offense, that they could put up the points. It's just going to be a matter of can they stop the other team from scoring. And they're going to be facing a tough outfit in Delaware Valley this weekend in the championship game up in Milford, and won't be an easy test. But right now, the Cougars are probably exceeding some people's expectations. I don't think the coaching staff is surprised or the players in that locker room, but they'll be ready to go. It's going to be a tough game. The Cougars play well defensively. They have a shot.
And Dave, let's close with some college football talk. Before the year, both you and I said Penn State would have 2 losses. Looking at the schedule, you said, hey, this might be a better team than last year's Big Ten championship team, but with some improving teams in the Big Ten and the schedule, they might just have these 2 losses. Penn State now has 2 losses. We sit here, and Dave, why does it hurt so much? And I think because they were ahead in the fourth quarter, they had a chance to win both of them. But listen, this is still a very good football team. I still think they're a top 10 football team.
I agree they're a top 10 football team, but I think both Ohio State and Michigan State have exposed some holes in the lines, especially defensively. In the beginning of the season, Penn State really didn't see a prolific passing attack like they saw in the Rose Bowl with Sam Darnold last year. And we all know what Sam Darnold did and the Trojans did last year. They picked apart that defense. When Penn State doesn't get pressure on the quarterback, that does expose a lot of holes in the secondary.
Notre Dame. I think Penn State's a top 10 team. I think Notre Dame is a top 5 team, Dave. They head to Miami this weekend. They'll face the number 7 Hurricanes. Right now, the Fighting Irish in the college football playoff. I won't say who I'm going to pick because Ron Marchetti will yell at me if Notre Dame loses, although I showed my hand a little bit there. Do you think they leave Miami with the victory in college football playoff right in front of them?
I do. I think Notre Dame's, I think they're going to win the game at the line of scrimmage. I just think, they have the skilled people to win it, but I think in the trenches, that's where Notre Dame has really excelled this year. When you're averaging like 300-some yards a game rushing, that's pretty telling. You have a big back in Josh Adams who gets tough yardage, and a quarterback, emerging quarterback in Brandon Woodbush. If Penn State fans remember, he had committed originally to Penn State. Now he's at Notre Dame, and he's done very well for Notre Dame in his first year as a starter. They got the offense going. Their defense is much improved this year, too.
All right, Dave, thank you so much for your insight. Make sure you're reading Dave's articles in the Standard Speaker, and we hope to see you again next week.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's talk of the town. Attention ladies, come on out to the Ladies' Night Sip and Shop that will benefit the Hazleton FOP Lodge number 18. This event will be from 6 to 9 p.m. on Friday, November 10th at Edgewood by Sand Springs. Bring your friends that like to sip, eat, and shop. And that's today's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send our sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Marion J. Burchin of Hazel Township. Services will be held at the convenience of the family under the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home in Hazleton. Michael Joseph Horwath of Scranton, formerly of Hazleton. Mass is Thursday at 11 a.m. at Most Precious Blood Church in Hazleton. Friends may call Thursday from 10 to 11 a.m. at the church. The Vanston and James Funeral Home in Scranton is in charge of the arrangements. Paul R. Kennelly of Sugarloaf Township, the Harmon Funeral Home in Drums, will announce the arrangements at a later time. Josephine T. Melnick of Hazleton. Mass is Friday at 10 a.m. at the Church of St. Joseph in Hazleton. Friends may call Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home in Hazleton. Anna May Noggle of Weatherly. Funeral is Friday at 12 noon at Faith UCC in Hazleton. Friends may call Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon at the church. The Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home in Weatherly is in charge of the arrangements. And Dr. James Jim Staudenmeyer of Cunningham. Mass is Saturday at 10 a.m. at St. John Bosco Church in Cunningham. Friends may call Friday from 2 to 5 p.m. at the Harmon Funeral Home.
Another Cougars headed to Happy Valley to play baseball. Congratulations to Joey Barron, who is now a Nittany Lion. That's it for tonight. Take it easy, everyone.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.